Aha. Stavi ove dvije spajalice. Da. Nemam listu ili ništa? Samo kreni tamo na broj 22. Evo sam tako kako je. Ostavi sad listu. Sam.
I stick with her. I'm not good at finding my way back.
Good morning.
So, welcome on behalf of Lee Travel Agency. Our agency has made possible this excursion to Medjugorje. My name is Fulvius. I will be your kind of rather than guide to leader up to Medjugorje. Then you have a local guide on the spot. And welcome, of course, also on behalf of Dalibor, our bus driver. By the way, my name is Fulvio Dalibor. Crossing the giant, just a formality, you have to first of all go into. Sorry, I had to help the. I have sometimes to help the driver because it's quite complicated, you see, to come out from Dubrovnik. It's a very particular situation here. I'll tell you later on about it. I mean, for good, to enter Bosnia and to reach Medjugorje because of the... And nowadays we have 7 different small countries, tiny countries. Continental side. This is the only road now you have the entering in few seconds the so-called Adriatic main road. Going all around, following all the contour of the very indented Croatian coast up to the northern border of Croatia with Slovenia and farther with Italy, which is quite far from here. Okay, so just now we are entering this road. You see now I have to cross this big bridge, which was built relatively recently, 2003. So just about 11 years ago, we had to add more, 15 kilometers or 10 miles, something like that, more, in order to enter the town of Dubrovnik. You had to do all the tour of this bay you can see on the right-hand side, you see? And by the way, it's not so really a bay, it's rather the eastern coast. On the other side, just ahead of us, you see, behind the island, you have about 180 kilometers of open sea. It means about 140 miles. And then Italy. On the other side, you have the famous, Italian boot, which has the form of a boot. So, child. And so, of course, it is, how to say, a vicious circle. So, a few children, the schools tend to 3-4 villages, which has the same name, Zaton. This is a relatively old road. It was built in 1964 when there was Yugoslavia. So, as I said, it was a socialist country. And of course, that time there was. By the way, yes, I have to tell you a little more about Yugoslavia because it's very interesting. It's also associated with the pilgrimage. In Italy, there are in majority sandy beaches because of the different region, of course, geological region of the place of the coasters. You see now this big island. This is the largest one of the Lafitti or Lafites. Shipon, as I said, 8 kilometers long. 8 kilometers, it's about 6 miles, and approximately, average 2 kilometers wide, 1.5 miles, something like that. Inhabitants 480, something like that. Old castle, dating from the 70s of the last century, used by the farmers mainly, which blows from the interior, from behind the mountains, from the northeast. And we can say the local climate is determined by two opposite winds. Now we have the Bura, which is rather cold in winter, of course. Now it's rather cool and dry. And as you can see, it's when it is all the clouds. And the opposite wind is, of course, It is warm and very humid, and it is called Jugo. Jugo means, by the way, south, the south wind, southern wind, something like that. By the way, it is as if you told that in America you speak American and not English, or in Australia you speak Australian, but it is the same language, of course. Only that here. Sometimes you have the impression that it's actually a lake. The water you can see here on the left hand side. It is not a lake, of course. It is all the time open, Adriatic Sea. Just that there are up to 4 ranges of islands. You can see behind the first range. You can see now just ahead of us this very long bay. It is not, once again, it's not a lake, nothing to do with lake, it is a bay. On the left hand side we have this very long peninsula, as I said. And this bay, by the way, is the ideal place for oyster farming. The best Croatian oysters are farmed here, cultivated here. For different reasons. First of all, no pollution, because there is no navigation. It is, how to say, a blind alley here for the ships. They had where to go, so there is no navigation. And another thing, the water is brackish. A mix of fresh and salted water. Salted water because, of course, it's a part of the Adriatic Sea. It is a bay of the Adriatic Sea, but fresh water is brought here by the mouth of the big river we are going to see. We have to cross this river, the river Neretva, which flows for about 1/10 of its flow in the Croatian territory, and the rest inside Bosnia and Herzegovina. And actually the mouths are located also on the Adriatic Sea, and they are found on the Croatian territory. As you can see, this device is there used for the oyster farming and mussel farming. So this is the place where you can taste the best Croatian oysters. And now you can see just a little further away there, further ahead, a very interesting view. If you take a photo of it, you can show it as a bit of the Chinese Wall. Actually, it is called the European Chinese Wall. Yes, seen from here, it's very similar to traditional classical image of the Chinese Wall. It is just 1/1000 of the length of the Chinese Wall. They say the Chinese Wall has about 4,000 miles. This is about 4 miles. And but it's interesting why it was built. First of all, it was a kilo salt cost like as a kilo gold. It was the 60% of the national revenue of the small country, of the production, industrial, so to say, production of the small country. And that between England and Scotland was built by the Romans. There are some just fragments, bits of this long wall. It crosses all all the main island there on the British Islands. So in one piece, this is the longest wall of Europe, by the way. A curiosity is about it, and it's also called the European Chinese Wall. Okay, so now we are approaching the first border crossing. So because not only the physical geography, but also the political geography is very messy here. We can say the 80% of the coast belonging in the past to former Yugoslavia now belongs to Croatia. But There's some places further to the south. There are a very stretch of coast belonging to Montenegro, another tiny republic, and to the north, far to the north, 30 kilometers belonging to Slovenia. In between, you have inside the Croatia, along this Croatian longest stretch of coast of the eastern Adriatic coast, there is the only access to the sea belonging to Bosnia. Just a very short national currencies: the Croatian currency, the euro, and of course their own national currency, which is called Bosnian, the convertible mark. I don't need, even in Medjugore, you don't need to change money at all. If you have some, of course, some kunas or euros. If you want to buy something there, but probably have the lunch packet there included. I mean, not probably. Complicated here to orientate yourself here. This is a consequence of a disintegration, we can call it, of this former Yugoslavia. Instead of one country, more or less the size of France, even smaller than France, now we have 7 different republics. So just imagine how complicated, I mean, all the situation is here. And by the way, they are all, I mean, mixed up together, so especially as for Croatia, because it's very strange, almost bizarre form. Ugly buildings, because they were built in the 70s. I mean, can recognize this typical style of that time, the hotel style, so to say, of the 70s. All black and white, big hotels over there. A lot of building sites. Of course, there were lots of money flowing here, because of this fact. The businesses, as you can see, the places are just this one on the left-hand side, where all the buses stop to have a coffee break, to buy something. They have a lot of apartments, houses, and apparently on all the building of new houses, etc., is done with no plan, apparently. Unplanned, so you see, probably, I mean, the appearance is quite chaotic.
Da, mislim, samo čekanje na granice, nikad dolazi tu ne možem već. Iscrpljeni, su već iscrpljeni od putovanja.
Of the Bosnia, of the country, the majority of the people are Catholics. And by the way, when you say Catholic, it means Croatian, because the Croatians are by definition Catholics. Now you can see here on the right hand side, you see on the right hand side the signs of the tensions here. I mean, very often you can find almost 10 traffic signs. First of all, there are 2 writings. I mean, the same word is written twice in 2 different alphabets. First, the Latin alphabet used by the Catholics, Croats, and by the Muslims, because they too used Latin alphabet, not the Arabic alphabet. While the Cyrillic, the other writing there, the other alphabet is the Cyrillic, it's used by the Serbs. Now, Bosnia, being a multicultural, multi-religious country, has, I mean, officially 2 writings, 3 languages, which are, by the way, the same language, and two alphabets. Now you can see just here on the right hand side. So now the Cyrillic writing is blotted out with some black spray, you see, because it means it is the alphabet used by the Serbs, the Orthodox. Croatian and the Muslim side. Okay, so you see we are already out in a few seconds of Bosnia. Once again we go drive into Croatia. Standing there on the left hand side, you can see this is the place where the southernmost point reached by the Croatian motorway highway system. There was a project to build a bridge in order to bypass this Bosnian area. They wanted to build this Croatian motorway, going down to Dubrovnik, bypassing this foreign territory of now, building a bridge which had to connect the mainland with the peninsula of Pelješac. But of course now, for different reasons, especially political but also financial, so no money to build this bridge, which should be the longest bridge, the biggest bridge in Croatia, 2.5 kilometers. Just now that they wanted to build the motorway coming from the north across this bridge, and then to Pelješac, which, as I said, belongs for 100% to Croatia, and down to Dubrovnik. Now everything has changed. I mean, this crane will stay there for many years probably, because we are, by the way, also a member state now of the European Union, so everything is decided there up in Brussels, and so they have quite a different idea about the motorway system in the region. So probably the motorway will continue in the interior and go across Bosnia, then Montenegro, and down to Albania and Greece. So probably Dubrovnik will never be reached by the motorway or highway. Because, as I said, Bosnia is it's a continental country, and so we'll follow the part of also the river Neretva I mentioned before, which brings a lot of fresh water. You can see on the left hand side is very beautiful site of the mouths of the Neretva river, which forms here a delta. Actually, it's very important for the Croatian. I mean, here on the coast, it is the biggest, largest fertile zone, valley. It's the very beginning. Well, during the 19th century, it was the Austrian it came under the Austrian rule. This part of Europe, so they managed to do a very organized watering system, irrigation system, a lot of artificial canals, as you can see. And while Bosnia has for the moment nothing to do with European Union, so I have to pick up your passports to bring that to the police window there, so they have to scan your passports one by one. It takes some time, and so not too much, but anyway, we cannot really help here. There is a lot of, old-fashioned red tape, bureaucracies dating from the time of former Yugoslavia, because now Bosnia is a very delicate situation. It is a nation existing just on paper, we can say. It was imposed by the international community, by the so-called Dayton Agreement, which has established, new constitution for this country. At Dayton, of course, it is a little town in Texas. So, after these NATO attacks against the Serbs, the Serbian positions, because they were the strongest, and they were going on with the massacres of the other two communities, Croats and Muslims, so they had to intervene once, and of course, after that, they imposed a constitution because this country couldn't solve their problems by itself. So everything is in a certain. This side is some. I mean, they are a little more mixed. There are also some Muslims in this part of Bosnia and Herzegovina, but majority in Herzegovina are just represented. Majority of the people are Croats. And as I said, when you say Croat, you mean automatically also Catholic, because as I said, it's not language which makes the difference, but the religion. Toilet.
So Nilo, so far, how's the group? How's the tour? Good?
Yeah, good. As long as she's happy, I'm happy. That we just make them happy.
Most important part of the trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me, I take things.
Pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of our death.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and at the hour of death. Amen.
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be, world without end. Amen. O my Jesus, forgive us our sins.
Vecchi secondo una media. Magari vecchi non è lavorato niente. Io dobio otkaz. Rađe. Daj otkaz. Što se govori? Cejac, taj put, savjet.
Bless you.
It doesn't design a place like a village or a little town. It was just a parish, the name of a parish, which means Medjugore, between the mountains. And so there were some spread houses here and there, some small settlements, but nothing of what you can see now as a consequence, of course, of these phenomenon, let's say, of these the apparition of the Holy Virgin. And so, approaching the, how to say, the center of this place, represented, of course, by the church of St. James, which is the only, I mean, the heart of this place. Everything's new here, by the way, you can see. As you can see, apart from the old houses, probably in great part destroyed, and farmer, I mean, very humble people. The probably the most ancient building is just the church itself. Which on its turns was it's relatively new. It was built during the 20th century, so yeah, just in front of us. As you can see, the double bell tower of the church. This can be called the center of this place. As said, in the past there were just some scattered houses, but nothing as a village or even less a little town. So this is everything new. Everything has, I mean, all has grown like mushrooms. All the houses, hotels, all these places. And then the compound of the church is the most important place, of course. You have all the confessionaries and isn't she? Okay. So now, the most important thing, please now have the meeting from now on. I mean, the guide will take charge of you until 12:15. Now we're going behind the church in the parking place. So, at the same place, please be there at 12:15. So we have just a couple of hours, a little less. Yeah, an hour and a half, something like that. Okay. So anyway, for the rest, anyway, you have these.
For those who didn't go to the bathroom.
Yes, the bathroom, you have the bathrooms, a lot of bathrooms just here in the compound. I mean, the local guy will show you now. We just passed, drove past the bathrooms. A lot of them, so don't worry. Now, here, inside the compound. So then just, let's try to find out.
12:15.
12:15, yes. 12:15. Because of the, yes, we had to go get back to your ship, this is the problem. Da, ne, nema ništa, samo malo što vremena kuva,
I thought we'll be here at 10 and I'm sorry. So first now I will explain you about Medjugore parish and about the operations. We don't have much time, we need to have free time as well. So Medjugore is a small village in western Herzegovina and its name in English means between the hills. And the parish of Medjugore was founded in 1892 and placed under protection of St. James. And the first church which was built here in Medjugore was completed in 1896, but it was built on an earthquake-prone ground, so it soon began to crack. That's why. It was a holy day, day of St. John the Baptist, and nobody went to work in the fields. They all stayed at home, had lunch with their families, and then it was also the beginning of summer holidays. So many children who lived with their parents outside Medjugorje came to spend their holidays with their grandparents. So two girls by name Ivanka and Diana, they came to Medjugorje to visit their grandparents. And that day in the afternoon, they agreed that they will go for a walk down the village and have a chit-chat because they haven't seen each other for this year. And then Ivanka said, while we were walking down the village, I looked up the hill and I saw a beautiful lady. She was standing on a cloud. She had a long dress, white veil, crown of stars, and she had a baby Jesus in her arms. And she was sitting there continuing to walk. But when I saw her gazing upon the hill, I had to look back and I saw the same as she was living. And they said that another 4 children from the village joined them. They were 14 and 15 years old. The youngest among them was Medjugore. He was only 10 years old. They all gathered at that place. They all said the same. But they were afraid. They didn't know what to do. They ran one of the children alive. Adriatic, he said, that day when I saw the lady, I was so afraid. I ran away to my room. I went straight to my bedroom and I locked the door. I didn't know how to react, what to do. If that lady comes again, what will I say to her? But so they agreed that they will meet again next day at the same time at the same place. So they gathered on the 25th at around 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And they said first a light flashed 3 times, and then they saw that beautiful lady again. Only that day she didn't have a baby in her arms, and she showed them her hands to come closer. And that's the reason why they can't kill. Why did they can't kill? What were they doing up the hill? But they were walking down the road, and a lady was standing on the hill, and she told them to come closer. So they said, when we came from I found my people that week. And that special week finishes with the Holy Mass on the top of the Cross Mountain. Cross Mountain is held on this side of the village. You can see it if you go a little bit on the left-hand side with the cross on the top. And the Holy Mass is celebrated there on the last day of the festival at 5 a.m. So they start climbing around midnight or even before, and then they wait there until 5. And then the store says 800 Italian, so you get romantic fashion. There are many places where silent prayers here. At the end of this path, if you walk down the path, you will see
Noi riceviamo gli animali, possiamo, se vogliamo, siamo liberi, accogliere un animale. Ma come accogliere Gesù nelle mie mani? Come un pezzo di pane o come il mio Redentore, il mio grande amore, la mia gioia, il mio tutto? E di fatto, questa volta succede, siete venuti, questo è il nostro amore che ci fanno tra voi, con i sacerdoti, che ultimate, che alcuni giunto avanti al sacerdote. Insieme con lui, l'uomo nasce da fratello, e ci dà anche il grande privilegio di portare una scheggia, un po' di questa sua croce. Certo, per lui di noi forse viene qua però per essere proprio liberato dalla croce, ma la Madonna non ha mai detto che vuole liberarci dalla croce, lei dice io vorrei semplicemente portare la croce con noi. Cioè ci vuole liberare dalle schiavitù, dal peccato, questo sì ci vuole liberare, dalla croce no. La croce è un tesoro di grazia, dice la croce può diventare il campo di gioia, perché ci unisce tutto Gesù. Ora l'amore senza Gesù non ha senso portare la croce, non ha essere. che hai dato al tuo sacerdote San Vincenzo de Paul, la grazia di conformare la sua vita al mistero che celebriamo, e la potenza di questo sacrificio, la tua e innalzare a te il vino di benedizione di lode, di onnipotente ed eterno. Nei tuoi santi che per il regno dei cieli hanno consacrato la vita a Cristo tuo Figlio, noi celebriamo, Padre, in santificati del tuo amore, poiché tu riporti l'uomo alla santità della sua prima origine, per il Padre. Padre, veramente santo, fonte di ogni santità, santifica questi doni con l'effusione del tuo Spirito, per diventino per noi il corpo e il sangue di Gesù Cristo nostro Signore. Egli offrendoci liberamente la sua passione, prende il bagno e rende grazie, lo stesso, e io dei fondi sempre di
En diciembre, dije, espérate que me vengo a las 10 de la noche que se pinta la
Ne, ova već... Ko baš iza.
A radio, mir. Bežo, na drugom patnika. Na tektoriju.
Oj!
Imaš sutra. Slobodi daje. Moramo, nažalost, moramo to.
Ništa, još gore kad se
Remember that bus you were on and you got lost? You kept making U-turns back and forth and back and
Albinijac.
Ana je, znaš, malo čudna, mislim, uopće ne komunicirati sa kolegama, mislim, nije baš ono, da se druži sa ostalima, nešto nekako, što znači. Lijepo je da, lijepo mislim. Fiško. Ura, znači bude tako.
Just snap is on. Cannot video, just snap.
Nije dobro osoba, iskreno kažem. Pazi si njega jer je čudno. Djeluje okej, a on je...
Ali imate što, gledajte, on je zaredio 3 ture za redom. Me baš zanima sam kad završi s Ivanom. Kad ta Slavona, kad ta Danja završava tamo Slovenska.
Da.
Znači sutra, znači izaći iz njegovog autobusa i učili kod mene kroz ovoga. Baš me zanima šta će on sad napraviti.
Odlično, to je voziš ove izlete, što?
Oui.
Mislim da će sad, ja mislim da će on opet.
Ayo. This one you cannot take video, just take snapshot.
Onda ne.
A neće, znaš što, vi ste koji ste i u najmu u principu idete šalju vas naravno na ture, da se to isplati. Ja sam sad imao jednog iz Zagreba. A ne, zato što nam tako počeo već pozdraviti. Ne, sad jer sam već neki trebečan. Neće ovaj žarko ti bi došao sam ulične vode. Malo se nema strana. I sad imaš u Splitu, opet poli. Živa audio digitali sad. Dao ti ove te kofere tamo, to što mu sve razbacano, sad ti udijeli to.
Ali slušalice.
Pa da, slušalice, ne, ovo je baš audio uređaj, zato što neke, ti govoriš na mikrofonu i ti slušaju, ti čuju puno bolje.
I'll bring back to Croatia.
I onda, mislim, baterije su bile već snažnije, onda ajde ti promijeni da te nekima ne radi, a ne možete promijeniti prijedno. I toga je. Da.
3 puta, 4 puta rekao, 12 sata.
Da.
I oni, kad su izašli van, onda još njih 5 je došli
Pita koliko sad.
puta sati, a kaže u kojem radi se.
To je stvarno Mara, mislim, to je odbija, mislim, stalno non-stop, lista. I tako, kad imaš onu zadnju večer, ima neki babi tamo.
Very nice bridge.
Tamo je. I onda prije 10 možda ima se da. Bez večera, sad svi ovi gosti su ostali mislim večera, 90% bez večera. Kad su ovi koji su prodavali karte, stalno ista priča. Kažu, da, pizzica, da, sad. Mislim, imaš u obzir cijelu istu, da možeš kupiti cijelu istu. Onda ručak je bio oko 4, 5, normalno. Bilo sve razne. Možda žene, šta ti ja znam, kako je. Škola nije. Pet kilometara tržno se da ne prati ono što to je njegov izbor. To ti ono, i to je proca. Mislim, sve je stranica nije problem, zato što je lic. Nije tvoje priče. Znači, prati se poražaj.
Ono što se ja ne vraćam nazad.
A dobro, ti ideš na garantirano, onda se ne, sa Kanađanom. Da, okej, završiš u Zagrebu, da, okej. A ovdje, ja sam kao skužio. Da, ima, znači ima to parkiralište u Boganu. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are incredible enough, but we are back almost on time here in Dubrovnik. And so very well, your ship is waiting for you. It's leaving at 4 o'clock. So I can understand it was a real pilgrimage. You haven't had the time for a real pilgrimage today. It was too limited in time. But anyway, I hope at least you had satisfaction to see with your own eyes a place have so lot heard about, I suppose. So anyway, it was you have enjoyed in a certain way this day, I hope, and I can understand for some of you it's probably very important.
Ja nisam se nadao na to da ćemo se dati, mislim, jedno sam već pogledao 14 X-a, to ćemo stići malo prije 4. Čekaj tamo malo nek naći pakete.
Put, put. Put, put. Oh, it's my ship. Oh, motor strappo.
They got everything.
Cuidinhas.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 4 o'clock at 4:03. It's time for the bingo, the extra section of bingo right now. It's a very large deck number 6. Today it's one game and one game. Gentlemen, now stop dedicating it up. Oh, yeah.
这些是我是不到的，这里收费。
Big group.